and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person, and I do have a members-only channel with a lot of perks for members, including weekly live workshops with a different manifesting topic each week, weekly live group coaching, a lot of exclusive content, monthly challenges for a chance to win a free one-on-one coaching session with me, and a lot more. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website or to the membership channel. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I'm bringing to you all an amazing success story from a coaching client of mine. And this person's story is how he manifested stopping his divorce and bringing his wife back into his life after a time when everything in the 3D seemed to be lost, and his wife was showing up determined to end the marriage, go ahead with the divorce, leave the family, and so on. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So as I just said in my intro, today I'm presenting a client success story. And the background to this story, when this client came to me and we started coaching, we had several coaching sessions together over a few months, was that his wife had decided to end the marriage after, I believe, about 18 years of marriage. He and his wife also shared 2 children, and there wasn't anything like a third party involved in this situation or anything like that. However, he was telling me that the last few months before his wife initiated the divorce and filed for divorce, there had been increasing disagreements between them, there had been increasing fighting between the two of them, and some financial and other problems escalating, which resulted in his wife deciding that I don't want this anymore, I'm filing for divorce, I'm ending this. So of course, when he first came to me for coaching, he was devastated. He was dwelling in the 3D big time. He could not see how the 3D was going to change. The divorce had already been filed by that point, and things were just following the legal process, the normal legal process, towards the dissolution of the marriage. He was periodically being served paperwork to sign, so the 3D was in his face a lot. And of course, since that was his wife we're talking about, he was faced every day with the reality that she was not there anymore. The person he was used to waking up next to for 18 years was not there anymore. And so all of that, as you can imagine, was very, very triggering for him. The 3D was very, very challenging. And when he first came to me for coaching, I can assure you that the 3D and the circumstances felt in his mind to be insurmountable. So that was in the beginning when he first started coaching with me. Through our sessions and through our conversations we were having during these sessions, I could see that over some time he started to change internally. He started, first of all, to take better care of himself. He started going back to some of his hobbies and some of his interests that he really loved. And because now he had a family and he had responsibilities, he had left aside for many years. So he started loving himself more, he started believing in himself more, he started doing things for himself much, much more, focusing his energy on himself. And that in and of itself helped him feel better about the whole situation with his wife. Yes, he was still being triggered by the 3D. Yes, there were still parts of him that were doubting that he would be able to manifest the outcome that he wanted, given, as I said, that the legal proceedings were continuing and they were going ahead. But this whole putting his energy and putting his focus back on himself actually helped him feel better about the situation, see the situation under a different light, and actually find it easier to start imagining an improvement in their relationship with the wife, and how it was actually possible that the divorce would be stopped. Or at the very least, that his wife would want to be back together, she would want to have some sort of arrangement, she would want to be back with him and have the family all back together, and so on. So I believe the methods he used were visualizing, and I believe he did some inner conversations, but that is not the important part. The important part, as I always like to say, is the state that he brought himself into. So he was able, over some time, to cultivate his self-concept, cultivate his self-love, and then imagine better about the situation, detach a little bit from this whole hurt and pain of what was happening in the 3D, and shift his attention towards what he actually wanted to happen. It became easier and easier, in his words, for him to imagine and start believing in the desired outcome. And how the 3D changed to reflect that? It started with some movement. It started with his wife being more receptive to him again, being more open to him again, being more open to the whole family going out to dinner, for example, or going out to see a movie, the four of them. It started with her lingering on more and more when she would take the kids to him. And so he started seeing signs that she was, as we say, conforming to the new ideal that he was creating in his imagination and in his energy and in his inner states. So within a few weeks of these first signs presenting themselves, things got even better. His wife started calling him over random things. They started going out together on some dates, something that they hadn't done in a long time. And within about a couple of months of him shifting his inner states and shifting his inner energy, things progressed very, very significantly to the point where he and his wife had a conversation one day and they decided to put a stop to the divorce. His wife confessed that she had been feeling overwhelmed when she started the divorce proceedings. And then she also told him that she loved this new version of him that he was showing up as. She told him that he looked like a different person. And she confessed to him that she had started having doubts and second thoughts about going ahead with a divorce for several weeks already before she started showing those first signs. And this, you guys, is very, very important because it speaks to what me and many other coaches will tell you, that there is always movement behind the scenes, even if you cannot see it yet in the 3D. And so you see then how a change in your inner states, how a change in your inner energies, and in the way in which you view a situation, any situation, can bring about drastic changes, radical changes, even under the most impossible circumstances, even under circumstances that feel insurmountable, very hard, very difficult at the time. This guy, this client of mine, did it through managing to soothe himself, put the focus back on himself, believe more in himself, and then imagining, creating his desired reality in his imagination and sticking to it, being consistent to it. And soon enough, he started seeing the results in the 3D. As far as I know, the divorce has stopped now, the proceedings have stopped. The family is back together. He has moved in with his wife and his kids. And so I hope this story inspires you guys, whatever your situation might be, whatever your circumstances might be, to realize and understand that an inner change is most definitely going to bring about an outer change in your external world, and you are going to experience your desired reality in the 3D. Nothing is impossible. Your consciousness can manifest anything. So I hope this story inspires you and motivates you to keep going. And hopefully, by hearing this story, you are believing a little more by now that things are also possible for you. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.